Rebecca Ferguson is still with us, and before we move on, I just want to say we have had so many messages, so many I haven't got time to read them all, Rebecca, but just to say, everyone's saying how brave you were to talk about that. Thank you, because it helps everybody else.
And Rebecca, I know you've talked about it, and perhaps, I mean, you know, I did the same on the show. I'm going for counselling, and I don't know whether this is the right moment now, but I'd really love you to come with me to counselling.
Yeah,
Would you like to do that?
I've never opened up about it yet. I probably do. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, you know, the offer's there, and I'm really happy to go with you. And it's helped me, and it's helping me. They're tiny baby steps, but it does work. So hopefully we'll do it together.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Brilliant.
Listen, it's very interesting, actually, having talked about that, the title of your album and your single, which is Superwoman.
Yeah.
And we love that. And this was, again, at very personal reasons, wasn't it, that you wrote this song? So tell us about that.
I mean, I wrote the album, basically. I found out I was pregnant on Loose Women. And then I went through a really hard time with the baby's dad, and he rejected me and he rejected Arabella. And I wanted to make an album that really empowers women and that is positive and lets all women know that actually sometimes we don't get it right, you know, we don't get the fairy tale, but we're all just ploughing on and just trying to make some good out of our lives, and it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not Superwoman, I haven't got it all figured out.
The reason you wrote that song, this is like your kind of comeback, it's almost like I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor type anthem, isn't it? Because you were pregnant, but the father of that baby kind of left you.
Yeah, I told him I was pregnant, and then he basically said, I don't want you, I don't want the baby, and he bullied me for weeks to have an abortion, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And so, yeah, carrying the baby alone and the whole experience was so deflating to me, and I wanted, well, the album was my therapy because that's all I'd do, and I'd drag myself in some days and I'd just be like, you know what, I'm going to write this.
Do you ever want to find love again, or are you at a stage now where it's too soon to do that, do you think?
It's been now probably almost 3 years since I've properly gone out with someone. I'm open, I'm just very guarded, so like I'll go on a date and I'll speak to people, but then I'm very guarded. I feel like I'm probably push them away because I'm scared that they'll hurt me first, so I need to get over that. That's it, I need counselling. I'll come to counselling.
Tell me about your Superwoman. It's #Superwoman. Yeah. Because you said you really want to encourage other women to talk and to have a place, a forum where they can do that. So tell me about that.
Well, when I was pregnant, I found myself going online looking for other women I could connect with, and there was nowhere. So I've made a website where no matter what your problem is, whether it's depression, whether it's abuse, I've got one woman on there who's battling cancer. Basically, you upload your video and your story, and then you connect with other women going through similar, and you add them. It's like a social networking site, basically.
So you find other people, because it does help to know that other people are going through something similar, that you're not alone. That's superwoman.com, that campaign.
#superwoman.com, yeah.
And do you think this has helped you, Rebecca?
It has. Do you know what? I'm most proud. I've had a lot of achievements in my career, but I'm most proud of this because it made the ladies' day. They came to Sony. I interviewed them. We had a cup of tea and a chat, and it really lifted their spirits. And I've achieved a lot, but I'm most proud of this because it's given back something positive.
Yeah.
I've been told to ask you, but there's been a rumour of you and Matt Goss. Is there any truth in this? He's very lovely.
I love Matt Goss.
He is, I like Matt. He's had a smooch with him, I know.
It's a good sign. It's a good sign. We all think it's good.
Yeah.
He's nice. He's a lovely person, and I've enjoyed speaking to him. That's all.
Your children, they must be so proud of you, and they must see some of their lives and yours together being reflected in the music. And I hear that Prince William is a fan.
Yeah, I'm singing for him tomorrow, actually.
That's great.
Wow. Yeah,
whereabouts?
Nice. In the... Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I'm like giving it Park Lane somewhere. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
That's wonderful. That's great. Well,
he's
it's obvious that a lot of the things that you've gone through in your past has kind of, as you say, you've put up barriers and you're holding yourself back. And through the strength of the talent that you've been given, you've been able to find a voice. And that's what you're being able to pass on to everybody. So I applaud you.
We get some pretty fabulous guests here on Loose Women. There's plenty more where that came from. Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces. And click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.